Good morning. It is Saturday, April 13th, 2024. Ugly Thursday and Friday. Um, Most likely, this will be a short stream because basically it's going to be the same message for every position. Because when we have a correction, this is the start of what we thought was coming for weeks. If you took some action last week, as I did, and many of my members in the private group did, we raised cash. I raised 10% in cash last Friday, and certainly that helped cushion the pain. I did set a bunch of stop as well, and some of them went off and some didn't. So it is what it is. As I repeated myself many times over the past many years, is that as painful as a correction is, whether it's 3, 5, or 10%, that's when you should step in and buy the dip. Unless you think the apocalypse is here, going back any 10-year span, you will see that buying the dip, even 20 years, has paid off. The last thing you should do. The problem with selling off in a panic, and I have seen this in my professional life, I knew a lot of people that got blown out in 2008 or so near the bottom. They were so crushed in 2008, 2009. And then when I spoke with them in 2010, 2012, 2013, they left the market. They were so beaten up in 2008, 2009 that they thought chasing the market in 2010, 2012 was stupid. And this is the psychology of a lot of people. If I saw XYZ at 50, I'm not paying 55 for it. All right. That's how a lot of people miss getting the great return. It's easy for people to say, oh, I can buy it back. But that's not how psychology of a lot of people works. Okay. They sold something at 50 and then they see at 60, nope. At 70, nope. And now it's 300. So trust me, use TA as your guide when you should buy, as painful as it is. This is why I really don't like to hear when I hear someone say, oh, I sold this stock at X price and I'm not paying more later. Wrong. That is absolutely wrong. If you follow any company for the most part over any 10-year span, if it is a good company, from left to right, the direction is up, right? So it's nonsense. Sure, a crappy company that goes sideways for 10 years, yes. What we try to do is avoid buying garbage like that, okay? First up, BTC. Yeah, as ugly as the market was, it came down to basically where it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, screaming, crying, stupid looking thumbnail of people panicking, sad looking, ridiculous. Okay, it's nothing here. Come down to 62, 61. That's where my order is. Okay, it is that simple. Nothing has changed. The only thing that changed over the last month is thumbnails of crypto bros on YouTube. Ridiculous. I can't even listen to most of these guys. Children. TLT. Ugly breakdown. Not much to say. Econ data was meh for a couple of weeks and then it turned ugly. And when TLT break down, there are people that thought, oh, forget bonds. Stock will do just fine. sure if you pay attention to CNBC, there was a lot of people that didn't think a crash in the bond market this week should be a concern for the equity market. Nonsense. Uh, since I have plenty of bonds, I'm not buying. But if you don't have a lot of exposure to bond, this is about as good of a spot to buy down here, all the way down to the 86, 87 level. Channel low, okay? If CPI, if econ data continue to be strong, don't be shocked to see it back at 87. Okay, don't be shocked. Let TA be your guide. Okay, then that would not be a bad spot to back up the truck at 86, 87 either, because a 10% return is there, if not more, right? Let's see what. Let's talk about the. Well, we talk about the VIX. Well, let's talk about the VIX a little bit. I mentioned the VIX here and there. Well, guess what? Yesterday it spiked over 19 for the first time since October. Isn't that insane? Yeah. It's crazy that we had such a strong market. Okay, the VIX is better to me. Following the VIX for a few years now, to me, it is a better indication of a buy signal than a sell signal. As you can see, this is right here, October 31st, right here. Okay, and then of course November, December, and then January right here. Let me show you where January. That right here is January. Okay, January through March is not a sell signal. It's a caution signal, right? For 3 months, it was dancing up and down, touching the warning signal, right? But if you buy here, see this line right here, give or take, say 20. If you buy when the VIX are 20 and above, you get a very good chance to make money. So did I buy the dip yesterday a little bit? Absolutely. Would I keep on buying the dip all the way to 20? Yeah, because you can't time. Okay, this is the thing. Back to what I just said at the beginning of the stream. If you are the kind of person that are so fearful in buying the dip, you're never gonna buy. Okay, I have never met anyone that say that, I'm gonna catch the bottom perfectly. Ain't gonna happen. Okay, you just have to buy small for now, and then when it's something crazy like 22, my God, use up that cash, put in more cash. Okay, but for now, that's what the VIX is saying. It's saying it's time. The time is, if you're selling now, oof. Okay, now is the time that hopefully you set enough stop that protect your gain or minimize your loss. But now is the time to tip your toe in instead of being fearful. That's all. All right, let's take a look at SPY. All right. Okay, so the SPY have retreated roughly 3%. Is that so bad? It basically came back to where it was basically first week of March. It wiped out the whole month of March, the last 4 weeks. Okay, basically it coming down. This is the key of support, and this is going to be the same theme for just about any stock. So this stream is going to be focused more on just the major indices for the most part, because I can go through every single ticker, and it's gonna be very similar story with a few exceptions that was okay yesterday, but 90% of the stock got beat up at some level or more. But the SPY came down. I cover my 3 bear spread. Would I re-short on a bounce to 517, 518? Absolutely, right? Absolutely. Um, but for now, because my short spread was um, one was 517, 510. One was 516, 510. So when I see 510, 511 ish, I'm just like, well, unless the market stay at 510, 511 ish all the way through the next 3 weeks where the option expire, I'm likely not going to make more money. The time decay will give me more money, but do I want to risk 3 weeks of what's going to happen with the market? What happened in 3 weeks if the market come back to 517? It, all the gain from those bear spread will be zero. It will be losses, right? So when it comes down to the bear spread game, even when I play 3 to 4 weeks out, I close them as early as I can when I see the profit. Okay, that's just the name of the game. But I will restock them for sure. Now, where do I think would be a spot to go long SPY? Down here, gap fill. I really do think that the market is going to knock it down to that level in the next week or two. It would not surprise me at all if we see 497. Yeah, it's would not be a surprise at all to see that. Okay, in a week, in 2 weeks, this 100 MA is gonna ride just about where it is in about 2 weeks. Okay, I can see the SP, the 100 MA rising 3.6 point in the next 2 weeks. Every week it's gonna gain like 3 point ish. Yeah, it's gonna get there. Okay, it's gonna get there, 3 to 4 point each week, and it's gonna come right there. And I think that would be the spot. So until then, if I'm right, I will short on the pop. This, as I mentioned in the private chat group, that I'm in the mode of short the rip, cover the dip. Okay, that's the mode that I am in. So yeah, that's the SPY. DIA, yeah, I start to short DIA back in December. No, it's February, I think. Yeah, in the beginning of this, and I had some success. I think I was good once or twice and failed once or twice. But yeah, it's come down to support 100 MA. Okay, out of the 3 indices, this is the least likely one for me to want to short. Okay, it have already went through 3 level of support. Now, can it come down more? Yeah. Where? I think I think down here in a 3 low. Can it come down all the way to 200 MA? It's possible. Okay, it's all possible. Nothing is impossible, right? That would be a massive, 10% move for the market if that happened, But for now, I think down here in a 371-ish, the ref low, that would be the spot. But I'm inclined not to want to short that. To me, the risk reward is not compelling to short the right here, but I do think it can go lower. QQQ, the strongest of the 3. With earning coming up, I can't imagine bad earning from the Google, the Meta, the Microsoft, the Nvidia. Money love to go into tech. Okay, even safety like Apple. Apple went up, one of the few. When things are so bad, people flock to what they feel is the safest. Apple can be boring, but for many people in the market, it's still considered safest, um, because of the cash flow, right? And yeah, I'm least likely to want to short this, but like the SPY, I do think the gap fill is the spot, right? And same thing here with the SPY in 2 weeks, within the next 2 weeks sometime, the 100 MA is going to come up and meet up with that gap. All right, so if you want to go long, I think that would be the first spot to go long. If you want to go long, if you want to short here, good luck. I'm inclined to avoid shorting DIA and QQQ, but if you want to try, the spot to cover for sure is that gap fill, right? That gap fill is roughly 426, right? I mean, it's not a huge decline from where it is now, but yeah, the market has been so strong. And think about it, even at the gap fill, it's not even a 5% correction for the Nasdaq. Okay, so it's what's going on right now is needed. The market has been so hot for too long. All right. Um, let's take a look at some stuff. But you know what I'm gonna talk about in the next few tickers is gonna be, it can be applied to many tickers because you have major breakdown into support. That's fine. If you want to, can it violate support? Yes. Look, Goldman Sachs dance for 2 months plus here, right? So if it come down, can it? Did I buy yesterday? Yes, I bought at 390, 392, and would I buy more down here at the 100 MA? The answer is yes. Okay, because hey, it's a that this is why I kind of remind people as often as I can is that don't try not to look at anything as a price. It's a price range. There's a zone, right? It is never just a spot. It would be nice if there is a spot to buy or to sell, but it is usually a zone. Okay, and right now for GS, yeah, I mean it's gonna be the same thing like for many things. Okay, it's Morgan Stanley came down to key support, bounce around. Can it come down to the big fat zone down here? Yeah, I like. Hey, for the past 3 months, I start to mention I like Morgan Stanley here, right? And it was a nice ride into resistance, and then I start to buy big the last 2 days, right? So I'm gonna keep adding here. I will add a lot more down here at 82, 83, right? So yeah, it's fine. I'm not worrying about the fine. Bank of America, I bought my first share in a long time. Okay, yes. Did I sell up here? Yes. Did I turn and say that it's bull time? Yeah. And then it's doing same thing with Goldman Sachs. Okay, same story here. Would I buy more? Yes, I have ordered in at 35. My next order to buy is not here. It's at 35, and of course 33.8 down there. Okay, it will come down. All the banks is gonna do decent earning with cautious guidance, just like JP Morgan. It's not gonna be anything new. Okay. Now, let's move on to pharma. Of course, AbbVie got kicked in the teeth. Hey, sometimes this is when technical break, it break. Nothing you can do about it. I love AbbVie on this breakout. love FV on this breakout, love FV on this check back, yeah, and then love FV on this check back here because I thought that was a good spot. Well, guess what? Sometime the big boy will do what the big boy do. They pull the rug, but yesterday, for those that I communicate with, I thought FV is gonna settle in the 162, 163 area, and I was right. You know, selling at 160, eh, could that be the right thing to do? I don't know, but I look to the left, I see consolidation area. Yeah, it's can it come down? If you want to buy big, here 155. Okay, it's can it happen? Why not? Why not? Right? It happens. Okay, Merck, which I mentioned I liked. Would I buy it yet? No. Right? It's getting interesting, but down here, right? Pfizer, still okay. It's fine. It's all right. I don't mind it. Hey, the entire market for the most part went down the last 2 days. Give it a break. Okay. I don't hate it here. Keep going sideways. That's fine. If you want to take a dip down here in a 20 below 26, it favors the risk reward favor going long or be long in Pfizer right here. You have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this zone of support is pretty strong for Pfizer. Can it break it? We'll see. I don't think it will. Eli Lilly. It's consolidating sideways. Can it break down? Yeah. Would I buy? Maybe down here. To me, that gap fill, yes, for sure. The gap fill line up kind of close to the 100 MA, but no need to. Okay, I liquidated 95% of my position. There's no need to chase into here. Let's take a look at a little biotech. XBI came down. Okay, it's a small position for me. Okay, nothing big yet. I had a naked put at 86. Yeah, that expired worthless. That's fine. And would I add down here? Okay, I'm not gonna buy any more. I'm gonna be patient. But to me, this could be the spot. I'm not worrying about violating the 100. Okay, what I'm seeing here is what a potential consolidation zone that can turn into a shoulder, head, shoulder. So yeah, so this could be that zone. Okay, so I'm watching it to see if it's gonna turn into a head and shoulder pattern. The 100 MA, it's just a spot, not anything that concerns me that much with the XBI. Let's take a look at some biotech real quick. I bought a little bit re-entry into Argenex at 375, but it needs to come down to 360. I believe the next order I have is like 369, something like that, and then much more at 365 all the way down to 350. So that's fine. Okay, it's breaking down as expected. Nothing here. Okay, that didn't surprise us. CYTK, I had a cover call at 72. I close it, sell another one for next week. Okay, I'm fine with holding 100 shares there and just write the cover calls and collect anywhere from $130 to $200 a week. That's just fine. It has been a very good winner for me so far. All right, let's move on. Let's talk Max 7. NVIDIA hold up better than the rest. If you're lucky enough to buy it on a dip here, congratulations. The gap fill and the 50 MA is lining up pretty nicely. So on a big, that's where I have a couple order down there, 825. Okay, so yeah, I wouldn't mind 825. Okay, I wouldn't mind 825. I wouldn't mind 750 either. That would be crazy. Anything's possible, all right? Trust me, anything, the way Nvidia move, you never know. Google, I trim 160. I raise my stop as well. Okay, my stop on 20% of position is somewhere up there, 154 something. I buy back down here, 20 MA. Microsoft, raise my stop. Where? 418-ish, to be exact. And then buyback, 414. Okay? Hey, it's $4. I don't know about you, but I do not want to give up $4 on any stock. Okay? Let's see what other Tesla. Ugh. No, I just can't. I can't see myself buying or shorting here. To me, nothing there. Okay, it's if you had to pick a side, I would say, well, the three side: stay out, long or short. I picked the side. It's called stay out. I can't even give an opinion on whether it's a good short or long. Apple, I sold all of the share out of Anthony's account at a loss. He can use the tax loss to mitigate all the gain he got in the first 3 months. But yeah, I bought those shares, I believe, somewhere up there, like in the 180, low 180. On this right here, I bought them. And now I'm glad I didn't sell at once below 170. But when I saw 176 to 177, I said, get out. Okay, get out. He can always get back $10 lower. Yeah, I'm not giving up $10. Right? It'd be silly. Amazon hit record as well. Yeah, very strong, surprisingly strong. But yeah, impressive. And this is the opposite of Tesla, where I wouldn't chase it here. I wouldn't short it here either. But if there's a correction down to 180, I might add. I have a very small position, which I'm glad I bought them a couple weeks ago. So it's up, but very small position. I do think, would I sell that small position if I see something crazy in a 190 plus range? I probably will, just because, like I said, it's pretty high. I would rather take the profit and reload at the 20 MA, and it will revisit the 20 MA. Okay, and only stupid people would think that nothing will come back to the Tesla 20 MA. It's so dumb that if you think that way, just hand money over to other people, okay? Because you're destined to lose money in the market with that kind of thinking. Let's talk. What else can I talk about? Let's talk about Mac device. Okay. Oof. Okay. What can I say? You got the head and shoulder. All right. So if ABT, which I don't have anything, okay, I'm on record to say that I don't have anything. I thought it was worth a buy here on this spot. That was the only time since this drubbing that I thought it was worth a buy for the bounce, because I thought it could turn into a head and shoulder kind of thing, okay, and it's doing kind of that way, okay, and no, this is it. This, to me, this is it. If this doesn't hold, oh boy, okay. If you believe in head and shoulder pattern, look, the distance from top to neckline, the line that create the head and shoulder, guess what? It's gonna take you right down to below 100. No thanks. Okay, you want to suffer 10% pain? I don't know. I would say avoid. Okay, I got stopped out of EW. Fine with me. Would I buy back the share? It was a nice ride. Would I buy it back? Maybe at 87 at this white line, maybe. Would I buy back at the 100 MA? Yeah. Whatever support is close to where any stock is, I suggest that you pay attention to the next level. Okay, that's what I want to mention, is that if the market is going down another 2 or 3 or 5% from here, what makes you think the next level of support for any stock is the spot that it will stop going down? No. If the market going down 3 to 5% more, everything will test not the next level, the one after the next level. Okay. Medtronic, ugly dropped. Okay. Once again, I got my stop in place. It was a tight stop. It was painful, but it was necessary. Necessary, right? When do I buy back? Way down here. Okay, way down here. It's nothing. There's a consolidation area right here, which it can stop around, in a 78, 79. You might see a little dance there, but if that dance doesn't happen, 76, okay, yeah, screaming buy down there. DGX, I got stopped out on early part of the week, which is fine. Hey, getting stopped out at 131 something, save $3. It was a nice ride. Okay, it was a very nice ride from 125-ish. And all my buy orders is down here. I have nothing up there, nothing. Okay, I don't count on the 50 MA to support. Okay, so all my buy order is 125 down to 123. I like it. Okay, give it to me, and heck, would I buy more down here? 120? Heck yes. DGX have done me good the last many years. Let's talk energy. USO. Wow, I short this one. This could be the best spread that I fail. Okay, ugly, but it is at the spot that I would think the risk reward is short instead of long. I could be wrong. I took a shot of being short here. 81. My spread was 81.75, I believe. I got 3 more weeks for that to play out. This is not good. I have been complaining about USO for the past 3 months, right? This is CPI is high because of this right here. You all know what it's like to pay 10% more at the pump, right? How is that good? How's that good for anything? I still have some CVX. I did trim. I did trim on this move, and I had more order. It's 164 something, and then 167. That was my last trim order. So I'm glad. I'm glad that I did trim. Um, I believe it was 163 or 160. Yeah, I think it was like 163 something. I had one order up there. I had order at 162 as well. That also triggered. So yeah, would I buy Chevron here? No, no, no. Crazy move. Crazy move. Exxon, if you didn't trim on this move, I don't know what you're doing. Okay, I don't know what you're doing. No, I'm staying out. I'm not shorting. I'm not long, but to me, the right move is to trim here. Okay, I just no, I just don't see any compelling reason to chase. Now, the one that I did like and nibble is of course Chenier. Okay, Chenier. I bought here 156. Okay, I will buy more down there. Yeah, I like Chenier as far as exposure to gas. Okay, and so we're talking commodity. Let's talk gold. GDX, nice move. Oh, I had trim order in at 36. Would I buy? Yeah. If it come down to 32, yeah, yeah. But it need to. For now, I don't need to chase GDX. Okay, I'm pretty content with the exposure I have there. I'm content on trimming 60% of the position from 31 to 33, and I'm holding on the rest. I didn't write any. I think I wrote one cover calls at 34 that expired yesterday. I think I did. Not a big deal. Now the one that I liked and bought a lot yesterday was Franco. Okay, and it's fine. I don't mind buying. I think the lowest I bought was, I'm trying to remember. It was 117 something. Okay, it was below 118. Um, my average on my position is 118.4 something. Okay, so I nibble a few share at 119. In the 119 range, I nibble, but then I bought 90% of my share lower. So my average is about 118.48 ish, something like that. Would I add to it? The answer is yes. Okay, the answer is I think there's a better return chance here with Franco than GDX. That's why I'm willing to put that much more money into GDX. And really, dollar wise, what I put into FNV is like buying 300-400 GDX. So it's a substantial move into gold producer. And I think there's a good chance of getting a return that is more than 10%. Like the GDX can go from 33-ish to 36, 37-ish. That's a 10% move. I think there is a lot more than 10% in FMV. I think I do think 30%. I see 3 times the return. Okay, when it comes down to it, that's where I make my bet. I'm willing to take on the risk, the higher risk, higher reward with FNV than with GDX, because to me, I do think there are at least 2 times the return of GDX here. I could be wrong, but hey, without taking the risk, you're not gonna get the reward, right? Before I go, let's talk a little bit about the staple area. Um, How did it do? It might not be the staple area in a market downturn like this might not be a bad area to allocate some money, however small. Okay, uh, I'm not doing anything yet there, but I think I bought some Hormel. Okay, very small. I like Hormel. Um, I bought some on the break here, but no doubt it was more than the bottom low. Okay, and would I add to Hormel in the 33, low 33 range? The answer is yes. Would I add to Hormel at the 50? Yes. Would I add a lot more at the 100? Yes. Would I add more at the gap fill? Yes. I like Hormel. Okay, out of the staple, I like Hormel. Look at General Mills. I thought this move here, for those that remember, was stupid. It was so stupid on that day. Earning was okay. It was nothing spectacular. Okay, it's General Mills here. Come on, Kellogg. Well, cereal. Things. It's just. Come on. I can't imagine why anyone would be paying 74. Right? But down here at 65, yeah, I think your risk reward is favor being long. So on further weakness into 65, 64, even 63, yeah, I'm buying. I'm a buyer here, okay, of General Mills lower. McDonald's came into the buy zone. Yeah, okay, this is it. This is it. If you want to nibble McDonald's, this is it. Pepsi. Yeah, I mean, I would not want to own Pepsi on this up here, right? You don't hear me talk about being bullish on Pepsi up here, but down here, 166 down to 162, yeah, it's not a bad area to be in with Pepsi. Down there, I did buy Bud, and then it broke down yesterday, which not happy about that, but at the same time, it is what it is. Okay, I like Bud on in the gray zone here, but now that it broke down, where would I buy next? Now, if you follow Bud long enough, it is one of the most, if not the most gappy stock ever. So just beware that. Just look, just look at how it moves. There's literally nothing but gap weekly, weekly, bigly, weekly, bigly, weekly. It's insane. It's the most insane stock that gap weekly. It's everywhere. It's just like I so gap fill is not a big deal. Okay, gap fill is not like, oh, it's a must buy. No, it gap everywhere, every week, up and down. It's just crazy, right? But I like Bud. I like Bud. Okay, I don't have any exposure in STZ, but my God, I'm telling you, whenever I took my eyes off something because I'm sick and tired of it, it does crazy stuff, right? I was out of STZ here. I was completely. I made money. Okay, it had been a good trade for multiple years, but I'm disappointed in management. I'm tired of management. But yeah, holy crap! I got out at 258 ish, I think, completely, and then it did a 10% move. Now would I buy here? No, no. Where would I buy it? I would re-enter it way down there, the 100 MA. Okay, I would rather come down into that area, 250 ish. But for now, yeah, it's a no touch. Okay, no touch. Now, um, what other staple would we talk about? Oh, let's end it on some ugliness. Not staple, the anti-staple, Lulu. Oh, Lulu, Lulu. It filled the gap. It did it. It did it. Okay, unbelievable. It filled the gap. Can you believe it? Unthinkable. 3 weeks it did this. I don't hate it here. Okay, I don't hate it here. In fact, I think doing a put spread 325, 320 might be a thing to do. I actually tried to put in an order um, within like the last minute or two of um, the market because I saw this and I'm just like, maybe it's worth it. But then there was some internet delay and my order didn't go through, and the 4 o'clock bell chime, and I didn't get it done on time. I thought about it a minute too late, but I don't hate it here. Okay, I turned cautious here for the record. I said that is it. I got stopped out on a few share, take a loss, and hey, that saved me a lot of pain. Okay, that saved me $60 plus of pain. Okay, so no, I don't hate it. I stopped hating it here. Okay, the other one I think was a good was Nike. Okay, I thought Nike was one that worth looking into, and of course it was one of the stronger one um, during the week of the sell-off. So yeah, keep your eyes on Nike. I think the it's Nike is moving a lot because based on what's going on in China. Okay, if you look at China stock, if China come out with economic data that is not so dire, Nike bounce. Okay, so it's very reliant on what is going on with Nike, right? And but I don't hate it here. I'm also not chasing it here either. Okay, if it come down into 89, yeah, I might take a few shares down here at 89. But until then, I'm just watching it closely. Oh, last one that I did let 200 share assign is Starbucks. Okay, let's talk about Starbucks. The last one. I promise this is it. I sold puts last 2 weeks ago. I did 88, and then when Starbucks was breaking down below, I said, well, I'm gonna do 86. Okay, and then of course the smart thing to do was would have done, even if I did 85, it would still be wrong. Regardless, I don't have a problem being long here, as this is channel low. Okay, it had been a pretty ugly move. I will have 200 shares, which is more Starbucks than I have owned in a long time. The last time I owned 200 shares of Starbucks was way over here. Okay, May, when my son stopped working at Starbucks. Yeah, believe it or not, that was when I re-entered into owning share of Starbucks and building it up. And then I trade in and out many times. Okay, I did buy on dip here as well, but for those who remember, December I said GTFO in from November onward, when Starbucks was so heavily promotional, I sold the rest of mine at 102. So I made money, no doubt about it. It was a profit trade given where I bought it and add in and out. But yeah, so it had been a long ride from 102 to 80. My cost basis would be 85, 80-ish. that's fine. I think there's a good chance to make 5% on the money. I, if China's coming back, stop being so weak, and the economy recover, I Starbucks will be fine. Okay, it moved more on China news and econ than U.S. for sure. That's it for the week. Stay safe. At least now we got the correction. We don't have to worry if the correction is going to come. It's here. The only question now is how deep the cut is going to be. We got roughly 3%. Let's get to 5 and see where it's going to go next, okay? Because it's needed. I repeat myself enough time. This is needed.